Liam Payne, you were taken from us. Too fast and too soon. Gone but not forgotten. Never forgotten. Your artistic legacy lives on a bittersweet. Smiled to my face. You radiated light and urged people to help one another. But where is your justice? On Earth you served others, but now who is serving you? Almost 10 months have passed, and what is the latest information on Liam Payne case? What happened to the major players? Are we closer to justice? Hello, this is Tentacular Thoughts with Liam Payne. Where is everyone now? Keep watching and find out the latest in the Liam Payne. I say as alleged in my opinion. This video is for educational purposes. Likewise, all material used is protected under Fair Use Act. Initially, Roger Norres, Liam's quote-unquote best friend, 2 Hotel Casa Sur employees, and substance dealers Brian Pais and Ezequiel Pereira were charged in connection to Liam's passing. However, Norres, whom I believe masterminded Liam's demise, and the hotel workers who manhandled and carried Liam like a sack of wet laundry, were acquitted of all charges. They were free. Okay, so the first judge assigned to the case, Judge Laura Brunyard, wow, she hasn't been heard from. They got rid of her probably because she stood for the truth. She is the judge that indicted Roger and the hotel workers in the first place, meaning that she saw credible evidence. There is credible evidence linking Roger and the 2 hotel workers to Liam Payne's passing. But they got Judge Brunyard out of the way, and some other judges swooped in and dismissed charges against the hotel workers and the fake best friend. If cause leads to effect, then why in the hell are those hotel workers and Roger let off the hook? Didn't we all see how hotel staff dragged and carried Liam? He is not passed out, look. Liam is holding his head up. They are essentially kidnapping him. What kind of hotel says, go to your room, like you're some kind of little kid? How could hotel staff call 911 and report that Liam would go over the balcony before it actually occurred? Is it because their actions caused Liam's fall? Unsure, but it is something to think about. Which leads me to the number 1 ditcher. Kate, I wasn't there, Cassidy, who abandons Liam, allegedly taking his cards, clothes, and other belongings, leaving him stranded in Argentina, when she knows darn well Liam's visa has expired, and he can't legally enter the US. Now, why did she leave at this time? In my opinion, she was the person responsible for keeping Liam's social media active. Remember that last social media post of Liam Payne? Well, it was posted at around the same time Liam had fallen. People wondered, how is that possible? The post was swiftly taken down, because it didn't make sense. How can Liam be posting when he's no longer with us? Well, the final post tells us that A, Liam did not make that post. B, whoever posted it was not in the same physical location as Liam, because they would have known not to post it. Therefore, all fingers point to Kate Cassidy, as she was out of the country and quite familiar with social media. Kate's role was to show that her and Liam were cozy and he was doing great, when in reality he is all alone being tortured in some American horror story hotel. Kate was the cover. Her role was to put a glossy finish and divert the public's attention and make us believe that all is well with Liam and her. But we weren't fooled, so where are they? The major players. Now. Brian Pais, the individual who claimed to have just used and not sold substances to Liam, so he's using the good ol' I smoked but I didn't inhale excuse. Well, he remains behind bars, been in jail since January, and is awaiting trial on substance-related offenses. He's in pre-trial detention. He and Ezequiel, the other substance dealer, each face up to 15 years in prison for allegedly distributing substances to Liam. Brian, unfortunately, is the scapegoat, as he never saw Liam on the day of his passing. Not to mention, Liam's COD is polytrauma, multiple traumas from blunt force. Liam didn't pass from suffering a negative reaction or negative physical response to certain substances. No, Brian may have given Liam the devil's dandruff, but it's not the substances that unalived Liam. Rather, it was the polytraumas that did it. So why is Brian taking the rap? Brian says that he regrets the day he gave Liam his Instagram. Roger Norres calls South Florida home. Although charges were dismissed against him, Roger Norres is not in the clear yet. Check this out. Roger recently asked the Argentine courts to release his personal cell phone. That's right, Roger wanted his iPhone 16 back and asked the courts to return it to him. However, his request was denied in June, and his phone is still being held by the Argentine courts as evidence. Also, his girlfriend Lulu's phone and MacBook remain held as evidence along with Liam Payne's MacBook, as the investigation is still technically open regarding Liam's passing. All of the devices have not been opened or reviewed. Why is that? Well, in my opinion, it's because Roger, who is well connected with government officials, has someone in a high authority who is protecting him. We know that these devices will reveal Roger's guilt, and he knows it too. So he has friends in high places who intentionally squash the opening of the devices. If the Liam Payne community continues to push for justice, then we could see those devices eventually opened. I mean, the minimal evidence that has already been revealed, like those photos of Liam being manhandled in the hotel, where he is a guest, are so shocking, so disgraceful, that I can only imagine how disturbing the other evidence would be. Kate Cassidy relocated to southern Florida. How interesting. She moved to the same geographic location as Roger. How funny. Of all the places in the world, she settled in the same region as Roger Norris. Well, I suppose that makes sense, as they are, in my opinion. They are alleged partners in illicit activities, the proverbial Bonnie and Clyde. Partners in conning people out of their money. Remember, after all, that Kate gave Roger Liam's phone number. That's how Roger got reintroduced to Liam and was able to enter his life.